Hey everybody, it's Blue, and today I'm really excited to show you guys our updated Zane Truesdale Cyber Art style deck. So Zane's one of the characters that we changed the name around a little bit. His deck is built from cards from Season 1, Season 2, so we're just calling it Zane's Cyber Art or Cyber Style deck. And we've only made a couple changes from it before, but it's a really cool deck. I've always loved the Cyber Dragon decks, and we think that the way it's been tweaked and tuned a little bit, it is really good at being fusion centric while still also having some of the other Cyber Dragon cards play a role. So first up is of course 3 Cyber Dragon, 2 Cyber Barrier Dragon, 2 Cyber Huron, 2 Cyber Laser, 3 Cyber Phoenix, and 3 Cyber Proto. So we want to make sure there was a lot of Cyber Dragon representation in there, and we did a lot of triples of some of these cards because his deck has very few just summonable monsters. And the way he played his deck, there's not a lot of search. So this kind of lets him draw them a little bit more. It's not like Jesse's deck where it's limited on monsters based on the archetype he uses. So that's why I went with 3 Proto and 3 Phoenix. It gives him more access to monsters. Especially because Cyber Proto is Cyber Dragon only when it's on the field, though. Start with Battle Fusion for the spells. Creature Swap. So he didn't play Creature Swap, but it was something that we saw him use, and Shepard had like a thought bubble about Creature Swap too. So, we threw it in. It has its uses. But Cybernetic Fusion support. He did play 2 copies of Diffusion, and we gave him 2 copies of Diffusion because it works on his own monsters for his own strategies, but also in GX when so many characters have fusions, Diffusion also gives you an out to your opponent's monster. Different Dimension Capsule, Future Fusion, Limited Removal, Monster Born, Mystical Space Typhoon, Overload Fusion for Chimera Tech, 2 Photon Generator Unit to go with the 2 Cyber Laser Dragon, 1 Polymerization. We did give him 2 Pot of Greed. It's not normal for us to maybe give it 2 Pot of Greed to someone who didn't play 2 Pot of Greeds, who has other cards we could have used more of. But to kind of complement, again, Zane's lack of monsters he can just draw and summon, this kind of helps the deck compensate just a little bit. 2 copies of Power Bond, Ruthless Denial as his last spell card. Going to the traps, 2 Attack Reflector Unit, Call of the Haunted, Damage Polarizer, Return Soul, and lastly is Trap Jammer. So that is Zane's 40-card normal deck. Now getting to the fusion deck, of course, Chimera Attack over Dragon. 1, 2, 3 copies of Cyber End Dragon. So you really don't see the 3 copies until it says Final Duel with Jade, and they pull out all the stops, and Zane just keeps summoning and summoning and summoning and reviving, but summoning Cyber End Dragon. So we did give him the 3 copies. Not that we expected him to be able to make 3 copies often, but he has the 3 copies so he could, just keep summoning and summoning and reviving. Because that was kind of his main strategy, was to drop that monster. And then lastly, of course, was Cyber Twin Dragon. So, when you only have 2 of 3 and really need something strong. So, but yeah, that is our new updated version of Zane's deck. Like I said, it's not too different from the old one, only a couple minor tweaks, but we think it plays a little bit better. It also just looks a lot better. You know, we want to leave it fusion focused, but not to the point where we purged everything except for his fusion cards. But we like it, and hopefully you guys like the deck profile. I like to say that I think this one ended up quite a bit shorter than the last time we did Zane's deck profile many years ago. It's about a half-hour video as I painstakingly explained everything to you guys as if you had never seen Yu-Gi-Oh cards before. So hopefully you guys like this deck profile and you like the GX decks that we have been dropping and the duels we've been doing. And as always, stay tuned for more of that. See you guys. We really hope you guys enjoyed that content.
We've faithfully recreated over 100 decks from the anime and have a lot of duels with them, so make sure you go check those out.
And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when new content drops.